once the force cube is created, the nucleus of the force cube is created then. If there is a force cube, there must be a nucleus. The nucleus is the next creation and it is at the center of the force cube. What does this nucleus do? Uh, it attracts light, mass and time from the vertices. Now, at this vertex, there are three elements. Those are attracted by the nucleus. The nucleus attract light, mass and time towards it. I didn't draw the other edges with I didn't label those with light, mass and time, because if I'm going to label those it will be too complicated. First of all, I'm trying to give you all the basic idea about the force cube and its main creations, key stages. After that, we can go to detailed explanations. Up to now, this is enough. So the nucleus attracts light, mass and time towards it. Now, when it comes to nucleus, you will try to compare this nucleus with the nucleus that we all are familiar in chemistry and physics. In chemistry and physics. The nucleus of the atoms they discuss in those subjects. Those nuclei are consisted of protons, neutrons, protons and neutrons, and those are actually made out of particles. The scientists have introduced a standard particle model for the particles, for protons and neutrons and other stuff in the universe. But this nucleus, the nucleus of the force cube is completely different from those, from the nucleus that scientists are familiar with today. Because now you see, there is no matter, there is nothing inside the force cube. There is a vacuum only, and as there is only a vacuum inside the force cube, when this nucleus is created, there is no matter in it, no particles in it. So what does this nucleus do? It can attract light, mass and time towards it. Only that is done by the nucleus. And also, even though the nucleus attracts light, mass and time towards it, the light, mass and time will never reach the nucleus. They will never reach the nucleus. The nucleus is acting as a converging center, converging point of light, mass and time. In other words, the nucleus has the greatest number of forces now, because it's attracting all 8 vertices towards it. So it has all the forces of the vertices, 8 vertices. So now the nucleus is the strongest point, strongest creation in the universe by this at this moment. Now it's more powerful now. Now I mentioned that even though the nucleus attracts these elements, they never reach the nucleus, because if the light, mass and time reach the nucleus, what will happen to the force cube? The force cube collapses. The angles at the vertices will not remain 90 degrees. the planes of the faces of the force cube also will not remain perpendicular. They change, the angles will change. So as a result, the force cube will collapse. But I mentioned before that if the universe created something, that creation is an everlasting creation. Nothing can change that creation. Nothing can destroy, vanish that creation. Therefore, the universal wisdom, the universe uh, tries to maintain the force cube as it is without collapsing it onto the nucleus, while the nucleus attracts each vertex towards it. This is unbelievable. Uh, Actually, that is why these things are beyond our human range, beyond our human mind. Uh, you, you must be wondering. You will get confused how this could happen. The nucleus is attracting each vertex, and but then each vertex remains unchanged. For an example, now if we consider a cardboard box, a cube shape cardboard box, and if applying by some force from the center of the cardboard cube, and let's say we are pulling one vertex of the box towards the nucleus, to the center of the cardboard box, what will happen is the vertex will not remain as it was. It will change. It will get distorted. The vertex is distorted due to the pulling force. That is this world cube, that the cardboard box, cube shaped cardboard box is in our world. But this is at the origin of the universe. So the origin of the universe, the force cube, is completely different, and it's an everlasting cube. It's a living cube. We cannot compare that cube with the cube in our world. The force cube created in a vacuum. Now, as you all know that once the perpendicular arrangement, the perpendicular origin created in the universe, I mentioned that the universe, the perpendicular origin acquires the whole universe. Every point in the universe knows about the perpendicular arrangement. Everything about the perpendicular arrangement. There is no space in the vacuum. Nothing can go through the vacuum because the space is not created. Therefore, now in the same way, once this nucleus is created in the universe, once this nucleus is created, the nucleus knows about light, mass and time. Nucleus knows about light, mass and time, and that is why it can exert attraction forces on each vertex. So that is why the nucleus has the strongest force, strongest power, strongest energy at this moment. When the nucleus attracts all 8 vertices, the vertices are curved. Each vertex is curved. Each vertex is curved, and now the universe tries to maintain the force cube unchanged. Then there is another force starts acting at each vertex. Now first the nucleus attracted vertices towards it, and now first the nucleus attracted. Now the vertices, each vertex attracts the curves towards it. Each vertex exerts a force on the curved vertices. Then, as a result of these two forces, now there are two forces acting at each vertex. The nucleus pulls the vertex, and vertex pulls the curved light mass and time at the corners. Ultimately, due to these attraction forces, there is a sphere created inside the force cube. The nucleus is in the middle, and the sphere touches the midpoint of every plane of the force cube, and this is a 3D sphere. Now, as the nucleus is the strongest point in the of the force cube, now it exerts an attraction forces even for the light mass time outside the force cube. There's light, mass, and time outside the force cube. Then this nucleus attracts those because it's more powerful now. What happens is when these are attracted, they cannot go beyond the sphere surface. This is not happening. They all can reach up to this surface only. Up to the sphere surface only. Nothing can go into the sphere surface. Nothing can reach the nucleus. That's because the nucleus has its attraction forces within the sphere, inside the sphere, and sphere is the boundary of the nucleus. Sphere is the boundary of the nucleus, so nothing can go beyond its boundary. Not only that, due to the attraction forces of the nucleus, the sphere starts rotating. While the sphere is rotating inside the force cube, the attracted light mass and time spread over the sphere surface. Then they spread over the sphere surface, and then what happens is when they spread over the sphere surface, the sphere surface becomes thin, smooth, and polished because it's rotating inside the force cube. When it is rotating, it becomes thin, smooth, and polished. And also due to the rotation, the surface gets hot. Also, then due to the smooth polished surface, the glossy surface of the sphere gains different characteristics. It can stick things towards things on it. It becomes a sticky surface. When the surface is sticky, it can make bonds with other things, and this is where the origin of genes and sensitivity begins in the universe. The scientists know that the genes are the building blocks of plants and beings, and this is where the genes originated. And also we know that the genes show the characteristics of roughness, skin color, smoothness, and intelligence. So those characteristics start from the origin of the universe, from the force cube itself. And even though the force cube is at an infinite distance away from us, these characteristics come from there. And the sensitivity. The sphere surface feels things, it starts experiencing, it starts feeling things. So that also begins, because now the plants and beings can sense things. We can sense things, animals can sense things. This is where the sensitivity originated. When we compare some features of our world, our skin is smooth, and it has the smooth characteristics. That smoothness comes from the origin of the universe, comes from the sphere surface. And also the tree leaves are shiny and or sometimes waxy. So those waxy, shiny leaves is a characteristic. So that characteristic comes from the origin of the universe. And you know that tree leaves involve in photosynthesis. So to involve in photosynthesis, the tree leaves should be able to attract light energy from the space, from the surrounding. So to attract things, to attract light, it should sense light. So the sensitivity and the attracting characteristic, the sphere surface characteristics of sphere surface is functioning here, and the photosynthesis takes place after that. And our skin, we sense lots of things through our skin, the heat, the coldness, and other senses, the roughness, smoothness. We experience, our skin experiences, our skin senses all those things. So those features are coming from the origin of the universe. The other creations, such as now we are discussing how to create the teeth and the mouth, and why the mouth is created in the universe, and what is the purpose of creating eyes, nose, and the creation of the heart, and how those creations are linked with the plants, because now once a being is created, the beings need food. And once the plants are created, the plants give out fruits and flowers. And through those fruits and flowers, the plants expect to propagate their species. Then to propagate, the universe has to set up some mechanism, some theory for that. So that is why the universe creates beings for the plants to propagate. And so universe has a reason for every creation. It has a theory. It has the wisdom for every creation. Then we discuss how the seeds are created, seeds of plants. For an example, we will be teaching the creation of the coconut coconut fruit, and how the creation of the coconut plant or an apple plant. We discuss all those, means the theory, the everlasting theories for those things, everlasting wisdom for all those creations we discuss. And also we discuss how the earth, moon, and other planets, other stars, the sun, are created in the universe, and what's the purpose of those creations also we will be discussing. So everything is linked to every creation in the universe, and we discuss those under different subjects. And actually now I introduce this is the beginning of the origin of the universe and universal sciences. From the force cube onwards only we are explaining the other creations. And you can't understand, very difficult to understand this content, because our mind is very much used to, mind is familiar to this world things only. And the force cube that we are discussing here is at an infinite distance, and it's away from us. We can't easily figure out such an old extraordinary wisdom from this world things. Our mind is not ready to capture those things. So we will be giving all directions, all guidelines also for you all to make the you all to capture, you all to understand these contents easily. There is a sequential order that you all need to follow, and with good qualities, because this content you cannot learn easily. You have lots of credits even to hear this, that there is this kind of a content for the creation of the universe. You all are so lucky to hear this in this life. Because why are we introducing these things to the world? Why are we unveiling this to the world? Because now we are stick to existence which is full of sadness, full of problems. Those problems and worries are everlasting, they never end up. We can't even find an ending for those things. But once you realize this, the truth of the whole universe, truth of every creation, truth of your sadness, truth of your worries, then you will have a happy life. You will spend the life happily. For that purpose only we are introducing these things, not at all for any other purpose. We like everyone to be happy, everyone to experience the everlasting happiness. As I mentioned before, the force cube and the origin of the universe, those are everlasting things. That wisdom is an everlasting wisdom. Nobody can break it. It will never change. So if we all experience this, the origin of the universe, the force cube, then you also will have an eternal life, immortal. You will become an immortal being. So you can experience the ultimate happiness of your life. Not only that, we are talking about brain awakening by learning these things. The brain awakening is being discussed around the world today, but what we are talking about is a different brain. They are talking about they're talking about this physical brain, awakening the physical brain that we all can see in our head. The brain that we discuss here is not a physically existing brain. It is the universal wisdom. It is the extraordinary wisdom, the supernatural wisdom, supernatural power. or it's the Sarvaksha wisdom, the wisdom of the Buddha. That is not a physical brain. That brain, the brain that we discuss, has a boundless. It contains boundless wisdom, and it experiences infinite, boundless happiness. It brings boundless happiness to your life when the brain awakens. How does it happen? Because now, uh, up to this force cube and up to the creation of the force cube and sphere surface, there is lots of wisdom coming from the origin of the universe, and all those things, all those theories, the whole wisdom is carried forward for every creation. Now, after the force cube, the beings and plants are created. When it comes to beings, the beings are created through the wisdom, and when we consider a being, the being has a brain. It's a non-physical brain. It's not existing physically. That brain carries the information from the origin of the universe, means the wisdom of existing everything together as a single creation, the unique origin and the perpendicular origin and the opposite origin, and the wisdom of creating the force cube, wisdom of creating the sphere surface, wisdom of creating the nucleus. All those things are carried by the brain, by the universal wisdom, and with that wisdom, the universe creates the beings. With that wisdom, only the universe goes to the other creations. So a being has that wisdom in his brain, in his or her brain. And that is the wisdom that awakens, that is the brain that awakens when you learn these things. Then only we can experience the everlasting happiness in this life. To learn this content, this opportunity you get once in billions of years, and so the human beings are so lucky at least to hear this content. And don't give up this chance. Try to grab this. You can question, you can comment, you can discuss these things, and we welcome everyone, because we want others also to experience the happiness that we are experiencing. We want the whole world to experience, to live in a better environment, that everyone is caring about everyone. Right, now this is the end of the force cube and origin of the universe. And after this video, I hope to give the other supporting material, supporting discussions, guidelines, how to experience this. What kind of a background you need to have, how to free up your mind from unnecessary information that your mind is filled up with. I'll give you all those instructions, and those instructions you have to follow. You can practice those while learning about the force cube. Right. Thank you.